Hello everyone and welcome back to my Foundry counter creations. I've got a swamp encounter today that I wanted to show you and kind of automated it. We're going to start off here in kind of the crevice of a canyon, and as we progress through, I've got tiles set out that will automatically trigger as they move. And so as they get to a certain point, this journal pops up.
As you step into the narrow ravine, the towering hunks of dark stone surrounding you.
It's all voice acted and read through to the player if they don't want to read a wall of text, or they can completely skip it. And they're going to see these mushrooms over here. And as they approach them, this will pop up as well. Again, it'll read to them. You've got the built-in checks like normal. They can roll that. In this case, they failed. They didn't have a critical failure, but they did fail. So in this case, they would just see that. If they critically failed, you would have something like a complication in addition to the failure. And if they were to succeed, depending on how high they succeed,
You recognize the glowing, luminescent mushroom.
There we go. And so they would be presented with options, and then they could do an alchemy check, and if they failed the alchemy check, it would result obviously in revealing the text for the failure, and a success depending on how high the success. I'll show you both here. So this is a nature success, and then they have an alchemy for the alchemy, and then alchemy success. And if they get it really high, then they get more information. I like staged levels of a failure or success. But these tools give you kind of a powerful option on what you can do as far as building the journals and the encounter. I built this log overhead to appear as if it's an overhead tile, so that they actually go under it. And then depending on which route they go, if they go closer to the mushroom or away from the mushroom, they get different encounter options. So if they fail that, the journal expands on what they encounter, and then this creature gets a drop on them basically. If they go the other way, they trigger an explosion of poisonous fumes, and then a shrieker, which you can hear in the background, all automated. As they progress, they'll also find a giant swamp toad, poses its own dangers, and I'll kind of give you an overview of the rest of this, kind of how it's laid out. So these tiles are placed in with active trial triggers that basically reveal the permissions or change the permissions of a journal and then reveal the journals to the player and the DM at the same time so that I can walk them through depending on their choices. Other things on this map, I've got the lake over here with various creatures. These are gorefish. They're kind of cool creations of mine that climb out of the water and attack them on the shore. And then you've got other encounters, such as over here, you've got a vines growing up the cliff wall, which is its own journal. And then if they trigger the shrieker, it notifies these harpies on both sides of the cliff that swoop in. Inside of these cliffs are caves, and using our teleporter we can transfer over to that. This is a two-system cave. You got a lower and an upper, and then a solitary cave on the other side of the ravine. On this side you got trolls, and then on that side you have spiders. Each of these have their own journals. just beautiful artwork, and then built-in checks. And then same thing with the spider cavern. Just again, the text and then options on how they want to deal with it. On the other side, they have a swamp lizard, and they've just again got a myriad of checks, what they can do with it. And this is all just scripted options. I let my players basically do their own adventure. If they want to go off script, they always can, but if they want to follow the script, it's just a pre-prepared adventure that they can follow along. So anyways, I thought this was a really cool map. This was made by Jeff Todd, who's a fantastic map designer, creates really wonderful assets. He's got a Patreon. Highly encourage you to subscribe to it. And yeah, if you like this content, subscribe and follow me for more.